Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a good week last week. I hope everybody has a great week this week and a good Sunday today. I got some stuff I want to talk about today. I'm reading in 2 Timothy, and it's a letter from Paul. It's towards the end of his life, actually. I mean, he was in Roman prison, and he's writing to Timothy, which was one of his very close companions. He was a leader at the church at Ephesus, and Ephesus was going through a lot of misleading issues, a lot of misteachings and things like that. And so he's writing in 1st and 2nd Timothy's. He's writing to Timothy to give him encouragement, to kind of give him advice on how to handle things, and just kind of tell him some, just minister to him and giving him, like I said, it's just trying to give him encouragement. And I'm reading here, and it's kind of fitting to me that Paul's writing this letter from prison, and the verse that I'm talking about is it's in 2 Timothy 1:7, and it says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline." And so it's kind of ironic that he's writing this, in a Roman prison, virtually alone. I think Luke was around, but he's writing this, and he understands that as he writes this, that he should have, at that time, his earthly parts of his body, his brain, and everything should be putting fear into his mind and making him a little bit timid, because that's how we are on earth. That's how we are as people. We are, whether we choose to admit it or not, because it's less than stellar to be timid and fearful, but a lot of us are, maybe on different scales. I understand that, but God didn't give us that spirit. He gave us a spirit of power, love, and self-discipline. And we see all kinds of examples, of Joshua and Moses and people doing all kinds of things in the Old Testament. Noah. These people didn't have a spirit. They didn't. Their spirit wasn't timid. Their spirit wasn't of fear. They didn't have that fear mechanism. I mean, I'm not saying to be silly about it, but I'm saying Christ didn't build us that way. We're built to be courageous and strong, and we're full of power, love, and self-discipline. We just have to realize that and remember that whenever we study our Word, and whenever we're in this Bible and we're in our prayer life, we have to remember the spirit that God gave us. And whenever we go out into the world, we have to understand that we have that. We have that ability to show people that's what we have. We got to stand up for what we believe in. We got to stand up for our faith, and we've got to stand up for others. We have to love others. And, if we got the self-discipline spirit that He gives us, then we'll be able to be obedient to what Christ tells us and what He asks us to do once we hear Him. We have to stay in our prayer, and we have to hear Him. We have to make sure that we can stay close enough to hear what He's saying. And when we do hear Him, we've got the spirit of self-discipline. Christ built us that way. It tells us right here, Paul's talking to Timothy, and he tells him we have that. So let's remember that. Let's stand up for what we believe in. Let's stand up for each other, and let's love each other, and remember that that's the spirit that we have. So we have that in us. Let's do it. There's so many people out there that's hurting and need that, and they need to know that Christians out there have power, and they have love, and they have self-discipline, and we're going to come along beside them, and we're going to help people. So we got to remember that, and we got to hold on to it. I hope everybody can take these words from Paul to Timothy and let it sink in, let their hooks go in, and know that we are strong, and we are, as Christians, we don't have to be put down on the back burner because of our beliefs. We don't have to have people look down on us because, the things that we believe. We can stand up and be courageous at the same time, and we can do it in a humble way. Christ never calls us to be arrogant or conceited. As a matter of fact, it goes against that. But He also calls us to be strong-willed, and that's what we need to be. We have to remember that. I hope everybody can hold on to that. I hope everybody has a good week. Remember that our spirit is power, love, and self-discipline, and hold on to that. That's 3 incredible gifts from the Holy Spirit that He gives us. Have a good week, everybody. Keep praying. Pray for each other. Pray for our country. Pray for our troops. And I'll talk to y'all next week. Thank you.